guys, I'm finally ready to announce the winners of the World Animal Protection Wildlife Art Competition. And for those of you that don't know, this is a competition that we ran last month. It was with me and World Animal Protection, and it was to help highlight their incredible work to protect wild animals. And I mean, some of you have already joined in our work. Last month we helped with the campaign to free the Soki bears, which was successful. They raised over 130,000 signatures, and the bears were then moved to a better home in Russia. And this competition kind of came from that, and we it's just to highlight their wildlife work and to make us really think about what it's like to live in captivity. We gave you the slogan, "Wild animals belong in the wild," to work with, and what your interpretation of that was. And because that's really what I've learned so much since working with World Animal Protection, that it's just not possible for wild animals to live full lives outside of their natural habitat. I mean, like, even if you see like, I mean, what we see, we'll see the animals performing, or we'll get to be in close proximity with them, and that's nice, but we don't see the hidden reality that takes place behind the scenes, the hidden cruelty. And that's what this competition was set out to highlight. And you all did amazingly well. We got some beautiful artwork, but just wanted to emphasize that this competition, the entries were judged with that statement in mind: wild animals belong in the wild. It's not a judgment of your artwork. I am not an art critic by any means, and I hated having to compare them, but this is just, as I say, it was to, we chose, the winners we chose were the ones that we felt most effectively and powerfully highlighted the sort of injustice of wild animals being raised out of their natural habitat. So let's start with Canada. There were 4 countries, and you guys did amazingly well. You were so responsive to the criteria, especially in the 10 to 17-year-old category, which made it really hard to choose. But yeah, let's go with that, with the 10 to 17-year-old category. The winner here is Carissa Moore, and this is her gorgeous entry. As you can see, it's I hope I'm saying your name right, Carissa. It's about the art, so let's not worry about that. But this one just really struck me because it shows like a lion, and a lion is an animal who's, you know, so regal and fierce and proud and just beautiful. And you've shown him as he should be in his natural habitat on this side, and he's kind of, you know, he's alert, and his fangs are sharp, and he's healthy, and he just, everything seems warm and bright. And then this side of the painting shows a lion that's been beaten up and abused and just defeated, and I think that's, it really struck me because it shows a broken spirit, and it shows something that an animal that should be so fearsome and should be the king, and it shows how human cruelty has broken his spirit. And it just, it's a hard image to look at, and it shows us what we have to fight for, and that was just incredible, Carissa. So yeah, you're very, very talented. Even just the way she seamlessly blended it from these warm colors to this cold, dark, miserable side. I just think you're very skilled, and thank you so much for sharing with us. So that's Carissa. And then the winner of the 18 and over category is, this one was hard because everyone sent me cats, and I freaking love cats. But I didn't let that skew my judgment, by the way, in this or any categories. They were glorious, glorious pictures, and it was hard to pick. But I picked this one. It's by Trudeau, and it is a picture of a lioness with her baby cub. And I just thought it was so interesting because Chris chose to do it in monochrome, except for the eye. And I just thought it was the emotion of this piece that really made it stand out for me. I feel like in that mother lion's face, I just see reflected a world of cruelty and injustice. And I found the contrast between their expressions so interesting, where she's fierce and angry and just full of rage, and he's so innocent, and he doesn't see anything bad about the world. He doesn't see the future that awaits him. And this image just really made me think, it made me sad that I can't promise this lion immunity for her baby cub, and that we're responsible for the cruelty that she sees. And I think it just made me yearn for a world where lions look at us with trust and with respect. And I don't think we've earned that. So yeah, this was a really powerful image, full of emotion, Chris. And you're very, very talented as an artist. So I'm just so grateful that you shared that with us. So on now to the Australian entries. And the winner of the 10 to 17-year-old category here is Adelaide Brages. And she's done, I hope I'm saying her name right, probably not. But anyways, Adelaide. She's done a beautiful painting, or I don't know what it is, painting of a red panda on top of a cage. And it's just a very hopeless, sad picture. It's something, and I feel like just Adelaide, she didn't sugarcoat it at all. Adelaide wasn't afraid to show the real depth of the emotion, or the kind of endless, colorless depression that these animals have to endure. It makes me think of the Soki bears being 20 years in this cage, not getting to roam around, not getting proper nutrition and food. That's what the reality is. And I just felt her use of color was so expressive that it kind of fades out sadly. And even the greens and the red of him, it's so muted. It's so kind of, diluted. And it doesn't speak of full, happy, healthy life. And I love that you weren't afraid to show that pain, because I think seeing that, it's only when you really see pain and you see something, there's no happy ending, that's when you're moved to change it. And that's what this picture really made me want to do. And I also think the fact that she chose to feature a small animal, a vulnerable animal, a fluffy animal, it makes the message even more powerful, even more sort of painful to absorb. And that's what inspires us to get to work, you know. So congratulations, Adelaide, that was gorgeous. And then the winner of the 18 and over category is Kerry. And I just love this one. It's got such a beautiful, Kerry, your style is so unique. I feel like you should write, you know, picture books for children, because it has such a storytelling aspect to it. This side of the painting, it's so bleak, it's so grey, it's so lonely and cold. And the one thing I felt, it's the kind of art that could be featured, yes, in children's storybooks, but this kind of emotion would be censored out because it's painful, because it's hard to look at. And if you see there, I feel like the eye is just the focal point, and it's something you can't look away from. It's something that just unsettles you and makes you feel so remorseful that this is that elephant's life. And then as you see, like she's made the water kind of flow out into this gorgeous, luscious, lush and joyous scene of elephants in a family. And I think that's the point she's making. It's like, elephants are pack animals. They're not meant to be in cages alone performing in circuses. They're supposed to be with their family exploring. And that is just such an enticing, appealing scene. And I think I love this Kerry. Sorry, I'm getting names mixed up. I love this Kerry because I feel like you've given us a sense of hope, of this is what can be. The sort of the water stretching out into a future that awaits them, that we don't know, but that we can fight for. And I look back at this and I say, I want your life to be better. And I mean, the only difference between this elephant and this elephant is the bars standing between them. And it's not right that we should imprison some. It's not natural for them. And Kerry, this is just an image that really determinedly moves me into action. And I think that kind of art is the most powerful, and I think that's what the world needs more of. So thank you so much, Kerry. That was beautiful. Now these are the US entries, and this was a super difficult category to judge because everyone's entry was so diverse, and I love that everyone chose a different kind of sector of wildlife or a different animal to empathize with. But I had to pick a winner as again, and that was for the 10 to 17-year-old category, Katrina Chu, or Katrina, I hope I'm saying your name right. And it actually is kind of hard to see for you guys at home because she's done it in pencil. So Katrina, you're an amazing artist, you won, but let's get you a biro or you color it in when you have time. But I think she must have just ran out of time because she put so much detail into this. And what I loved about this one was that I felt like it was a celebration of wild animals in their natural habitat. And she's showing that they're all so different. Like, they all live so differently. Like, the lions live in the savannah, and the wolves live in the wood, and the eagles live in the trees. And it's like, nobody's meant to live in the same place. We're not supposed to just take them and try and make them conform to our way of life. And yeah, I felt like you showed compassion for all animals here. Like, there's rats in there, and sometimes we don't think of those as wild animals, but they are. And it just, yeah, I also loved your use of space, Katrina. I thought that was, as someone who my art teacher used to always lambast me for, I would draw these very tiny, very detailed drawings and forget the rest of the page, and I would just leave it all white. And she used to tell me off for that, and so she would love this. So I just admire your artistic skill, your use of space, your composition, and yeah, your compassion for animals from all walks of life. It's so detailed, it's so well researched, and it just makes me excited about wildlife, and to appreciate that they all are living in different ways, and they all have something to teach us, I suppose. Yeah, so congratulations, Katrina. And yeah, if you do get time to colour it, you should, because it's gorgeous, and we would love to see more of that. Okay, in the US category for the 18 and overs, we have, this was really hard. I just want to get art lessons from all of you, because you're all such brilliant artists, and I feel silly judging them, but this is being judged under the title of Wild Animals Belong in the Wild. And this one, the winner is Stephen Lyuch, and he's done a gorgeous picture of a turtle, or a tortoise. I can never tell the difference. I think it's a turtle. I think it's a sea turtle. And I love this one just for his really expressive use of color. Like, it's a highly technical, accomplished drawing. It shows him in all his sort of knobbly, scratched glory, but then Stephen's gone really playful with the color, and I almost felt like you're looking at the sea and the natural habitat of sea life as through the eyes of the turtle, and just as this really expansive, colorful, safe place. And I love that, because it was just like, it was abstract, and it's a picture that makes me want to jump into the sea, even though I can't swim and I would die. It makes it look like such an enchanting place, and that's why I loved it, Stephen. That I love that you see the sea that way. Yeah, really gorgeous. So thank you for that, and congratulations. So now let's go with the UK entries, and the winner in the 10 to 17-year-old category is Alana Southerton, and she's drawn this really lovely picture of a phoenix in the sky, and she's written the phrase we gave you, wild animals belong in the wild, and she's underlined it and put an exclamation point so that you understand. I love that. I love that she's getting her point across, and she's put a little couplet that I find really sweet. It says, "Phoenixes can fly, in our imagination they fly free. It should be the same for all animals, air, land or sea." And Alana, I love this picture and this idea, because you made me really think about the way we romanticize, phoenixes and animals in fiction. Like, they're seen as so free, and they're a symbol of rebirth and eternal life. And it just made me think, why do phoenixes get to enjoy this kind of celebrity, and lions and bears and elephants will be enslaved for our benefit, and they'll be abused? And I just felt, why can't we treat the animals of our planet the same way that we do with these? And it really, Alana, as I say, it was very thought-provoking, philosophical in a way, because I felt like you beautifully captured the dichotomy between the world that we like to dream about, and then the reality that we're afraid to face. And yeah, I felt you were not afraid about getting your message across about this hypocrisy, and that was very cool. So congratulations, Alana, and well done. And I love that you drew a phoenix, because I like phoenixes, I like fantasy. Okay, on to the 18 and over. The winner here was Lily Livingston, and she's done this super cool picture of a bear, and it's just done in a very unique way. It's made by foliage, it's made by, you know, pine cones and leaves and berries and everything. And I felt that was a really simple and powerful way of saying, not only do wild animals belong in the wild, they belong to the wild. You know, they're not ours to take. And I felt just almost the gaze of the bear is so like arresting. Like I'm looking at it and he's like, it's a challenging stare, and he's like, he, she, I don't know what he is. It looks like a he to me, but it's like staring out at you and saying, why do humans get to assume this superior position that they get to take animals out of their natural home and abuse them and use them for their benefit? And I don't know, Bear. I don't have an answer. I don't think it's the right way to do things. And yeah, I just felt this made me think that animals belong in the wild. Mother Nature is a much greater force than us, and it's not our right to take them out of their home. They're not supposed to be surrounded by concrete and the circus and noisy, you know, throngs of people. They're supposed to live in the wild, and that's where they're most comfortable, and that's where they thrive. Yeah. So thank you so much, Lily. That was a really powerful image, and yeah, it was just a great way of wordlessly saying that wild animals belong in the wild. I'm repeating myself here, but I'm just quite excited. So thank you to everyone in the UK. So I just brought Lil Puff to come and say thank you so much to everyone who entered the World Animal Protection Wildlife Art Competition. We really were blown away by the talent and by the commitment and the compassion for animals, and I'm just so excited to be connected with you guys and to be working towards for these causes together. So thank you, and make sure to check back, because we're going to be featuring all of the artwork, all the ones that we have permission to feature, in a gallery, just so everyone can enjoy the artwork and be inspired by it. I know you will be inspired. And just, I mean, because I thought it was a shame that we had to pick winners, that we couldn't feature all of this artwork, because it's all amazing. It all tells a different story. It all highlights a different animal's plight, and yeah, I love that. So yeah, do check back and make sure to follow Move the World on Twitter, which is World Animal Protection's Twitter, and their Facebook page, which I've tagged quite a lot, so you've no excuse. And yeah, and just check back with me, because I'll be working with them a lot in future. I'm learning a lot about wildlife and how to protect wild animals and why it's so important. And I'm really enjoying the journey, so do check back. And thank you again so much. Goodbye from us. We love you, and see you soon.